Hey everyone! Welcome back to another video. Today, we're exploring the amazing Upper Canada Village. Walking into Upper Canada Village felt like stepping into a different era. One moment you're in the modern world, and the next, you're surrounded by people in old-fashioned clothes, horse-drawn wagons, and vintage charm. It was like I'd been transported into a living fantasy. And just as we were soaking it all in, we spotted a bunch of tourists stepping off a boat after their ride, which instantly got us wondering, can we try it too? From that point on, all we cared about was the boat ride. We totally forgot about the charming buildings and everything else in Upper Canada Village, because that boat ride just looked too beautiful to miss. So, without wasting a second, we started looking around for the entrance. As we kept walking, we stumbled upon a charming little garden. They were growing onions, green cabbage, purple cabbage, even cotton. It really felt like a glimpse into how people lived and farmed back in the day. Just as we were taking in the peaceful garden vibes, a loud noise caught our attention. It turned out to be coming from the sawmill nearby. Stepping into the sawmill, the first thing that caught our eye was the fascinating setup, a giant wooden mechanism cutting logs, all powered by water. It was amazing to see how water energy was used so effectively back in the day. With the help of horses, they were bringing large logs to the mill, where they were being sliced into perfect pieces, ready to be used for flooring and construction. It was incredible to see how everything was done so manually, yet so efficiently. After seeing how they cut wood inside the mill, we walked out and were instantly drawn to another beautiful spot, a quiet little pond surrounded by nature. It looked like a postcard moment, and definitely one of the best places in the village to grab a great photo. The pond isn't just for looks, it actually supplies water to the sawmill through a narrow canal. There's even a wooden gate to control the flow, letting them manage the water power that keeps the saw running. Such clever old-school engineering. The view around the pond was absolutely picture-perfect, calm water, lush greenery, and the soft reflection of trees dancing on the surface. It felt like a peaceful painting come to life, making it one of the most scenic spots in the entire village. It started raining lightly. The gentle rain made the greenery look even more vibrant, and the fresh, cool air gave us the perfect weather to explore. It added a peaceful charm to the whole scene, making the village feel even more alive and timeless. After soaking in the scenic view by the pond, we continued our walk through the village. The next stop was the steam-powered flour mill. Unfortunately, it wasn't operating that day due to the humid weather. So, we kept walking and exploring each spot we passed, but to be honest, the only thing still on our minds was that beautiful boat ride we saw earlier. The next place we came across was Asselstein's woolen factory. From the outside, it looked like just another old building, but inside, it held the story of how wool was once spun, dyed, and woven using traditional methods. We even got a quick glimpse of someone sewing inside, giving us a small but fascinating look at how clothing was made back in the day. It was like stepping into a working museum, where every detail brought history to life. After the woolen factory, we walked further and saw a few old-fashioned chariots on display, giving us a feel for how people used to travel. Nearby was the stable, where the horses were kept. We saw some of the staff taking care of them, feeding them and making sure they were comfortable. It was heartwarming to see how well the animals were looked after. Finally, we arrived at the spot where the boat ride begins, and just before boarding, we saw a horse being brought near the dock. To our delight, we even got a chance to pet it for a moment. It was such a sweet little surprise before the main attraction. We then found out that the next boat ride was starting in just 10 minutes, and it was the last one of the day. We couldn't believe our luck. And then, our boat ride began. To our surprise, we found out that the boat was actually being pulled by the same horse we had petted earlier. How amazing is that? There was also a friendly guide on board who gave us a detailed explanation about the boat ride, the history of the canal, and how it all came to be. So now, let's hear directly from him as he takes us back in time with his story.
while they were on the river, which is where they would have been most of the time on their journey between Montreal and Kingston, which is at the head of the Lake Ontario, they would have been spending out on the open waters of the river. And while they were there, they'd be getting pulled by a steamboat. Okay, so on the river, pulled by a steamboat. There were canals, like you see here, built along the river in the early 1800s. And they were built there to allow them to get around sections of rapids, which were very common in the river. It was very rough, it was narrow, they couldn't get ships through there. So they built a series of canals to enable them to bypass those rapids from Montreal down to west of here, over 45 miles of canals in different sections. So while they were in the canals, they would be getting pulled by a horse like you're seeing here. That's Maggie, the horse. She's 23 years old. She's one of our Canadian breed horses. You'll notice most of the horses here are black. That's because they're the Canadian breed, which is a heritage breed for Canada. And a horse like this can pull up to about 30 tons on the water. And right now we're at about 7 tons. So well within what she's able to do here. Anyway, enjoy your ride, and if you have any questions, just let us know. Sure.
As we cruised along the canal, we enjoyed every moment, the peaceful views, the gentle movement of the boat, and even spotting where the canal connects to the river. It was such an amazing experience. We truly felt grateful to God that we didn't miss this ride. It was the perfect experience to a wonderful day at Upper Canada Village, an experience we'll never forget. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and share it with your friends, it really helps us out. We've got plenty more exciting adventures coming up. Thanks again for watching, and as always, much love to you all. But hey, the video's not over just yet. How could we stop the camera in the middle of such a beautiful scene? We're going to let you enjoy the rest of the boat ride with us. The video will wrap up soon after, but before that, thank you once again for being here. Love you guys.